Greetings and salutations, everyone. Crimson Nero here, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Heroes. In the last episode, we made our way through the Halloween levels, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the 13th and 14th stages of the game, as well as the final boss for the respective storylines.
Alright, Eggman, let's get this party started.
I have to say, I really enjoy Egg Fleet a lot. I would say that it's definitely one of my favorite levels in the entire game. I think that overall the entire idea of just going between gigantic air battleships and destroying them, and I think that it's a super cool concept, as well as, have you heard the music? It's super rocking, and I love it. It's awesome. But yeah, I would say that this level gives a good sense of speed while allowing you to do some pretty cool stuff. Like, I mean, obviously you want to keep players' interest, and I think that this stage actually does a pretty good job of keeping it. I mean, the stakes have been raised quite a bit as the game has gone on. I mean, yeah, not a whole lot of story has actually been taking place. But in terms of what's been going on, the first time that we saw any of this stuff going on involving this gigantic armada was all the way back at the halfway point in the game when we were taking on Eggman's first base over in Rail Canyon. Now things are out of proportion, and we're doing some pretty cool stuff. It also harkens back to the good old days on the Sega Genesis, because there are tons of stages that involved us taking on either Eggman's super secret base, or like some sort of gigantic flying contraption, whether that be in the sky in like Flying Battery Zone, or it's out in the middle of space like Doomsday Zone, or anything like that. Or heck, I mean, it even goes back to into some of the stages that we were dealing with at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, basically going up into the sky almost as high as the stratosphere.
Okay.
Yeah, overall, I think that Egg Fleet is a pretty darn good stage, and it's pretty well designed. I don't really have that many problems with it, and generally it's a really interesting stage, and I like it. Earlier on, I was mentioning how some of the later stages come back to a few mechanics that were brought up in the earlier parts of the games. This is one of those parts. Remember this little propeller thing that we're riding is taken from Frog Forest and Lost Jungle, but it's just souped up to look a little bit more metallic because we're basically in Eggman's territory, and it's all a bunch of machines instead of anything organic. As well as in the next stage, we'll be going back to a lot of rail grinding, like we found in Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. Yeah, I really like this stage. I think that in terms of like the overall aesthetic, my favorite stages are the Halloween levels that we did in the last part. But in terms of just sheer fun and gameplay, I would say that either the first couple stages in like Seaside Hill and Ocean Palace, and then Egg Fleet, I think that those would probably be my favorite stages in terms of just raw gameplay. However, just because of them bringing back some level design stuff from the past, it also brings up some of the older issues, like I was talking about in the Bullet Station, how there's just a lot of just empty air that you can potentially fall into and thus get into a kill volume and lose a life. But other than that, like, I mean, pretty good. I mean, I don't really find myself like having to really like scramble just to like keep my footing that often, so that's pretty good. Which is what I can't say that when it comes to Bullet Station and Rail Canyon. Those levels just had way too much open area for you to just fall off and die. This level kind of fixes that, which I'm happy about. Now, earlier on we had to use the Rocket XL, which I like barely even touched the entire time that we were playing through the game. Basically, it's basically the equivalent of like if the somersault and the spin dash kind of merged together into one move. That's what we would get. It's really not that effective, actually. But I mean, hey, they kind of suggest, oh hey, use Rocket XL in this part, and so I'm like, you know what, fine. But yeah, other than level design stuff, I don't know. Not really a whole lot's been going on for me. Whoa, almost didn't get the checkpoint there. I don't really know. Just I've been just kind of chilling out, enjoying myself, playing a few games, and you know, just making some headways on games that I've either not played in a really long time, or I just haven't ever beaten or played before. So that's pretty nice. And then I realized, hey, still need to do some more Sonic Heroes, so might as well get along with it. Hopefully I can keep uploading to a semi-regular schedule for at least the rest of the month here. Yeah, not a whole lot super interesting has been happening. I haven't like really done much other than just sit around and play games. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Sometimes we just need to sit down and relax and do what we like to do. And in this case, well, probably if you're watching this, then you would probably be in the same boat as me. Just sometimes we all just need to sit down, relax, and just enjoy some video games. Even though some video games get us a little bit heated, you know, just maybe something aggravates us, or maybe maybe just something just gets on your nerves, or you don't like how something is designed, or whatever the case may be. But we're keeping it mellow here. It's all good. Keeping it cool and chill. And that's what we like. Love, peace, copacetic. Alrighty, and we're on the second one of these larger swordfish-style battleships. Basically, when we got through the first one of these, that was about the halfway point of the stage, and this is getting towards the end. So we're actually getting pretty close to the end here, which I'm glad. Like this, I think that yes, I would like. Well. Egg Fleet is not really one of those stages where I think like, oh my gosh, this is dragging on for so long. I think that this stage actually has the potential to go by extremely quickly, and honestly, I could really go a lot faster in this if I really wanted to. However, I want to do this stage pretty well because I like it so much, and I don't want to just fly off of the side or anything and just lose a life. So I'm trying to be at least a little bit careful, but generally, it's still it's a pretty good stage in terms of just like being able to just speed things along. Speaking of which, I don't want to deal with this guy, so I'm just going to use Team Blast. Well, I guess I need to use the Rocket XL. Or do I? Forget your Rocket XL! Let's do this!
Yes!
Alright, and we're done with Act 1. Nice.
That was tight.
Excellent! An A rank! Woohoo! Feeling good. Now we're going on to the final stage. Or fittingly named Final Fortress.
This must be Eggman's headquarters.
The airbase!
How does this thing stay afloat? Doesn't matter. Let's take it down.
Are you sure that's a good idea? Because, I mean, I've seen Sonic characters, like, fall from tremendous heights before, but, like, seriously, this is getting ridiculous, guys. We've had guys fall from the stratosphere, and they end up being okay. We find people falling at terminal velocity all the time. They seem to be okay. You know what? I mean, well, then again, I'm trying to put logic in a video game. Like, that's not gonna work.
Leave it to me.
But yes, Knuckles, it is called aviation. It's how planes fly.
Leave it to me.
And helicopters. And all other sorts of flying vehicles and machinery.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Little handy triangle jump action. Ugh.
Got it. Shit.
Yeah, and this stage is kind of where things start to harken back to Rail Canyon in terms of just very, how should I say, open level design. Not really the fact of it, you can do whatever you want. It's more the fact of there's a lot of just empty space that you could potentially just fall off. So yeah, the types of criticism that can be found in Bullet Station and Rail Canyon can be found in this stage as well. I feel like Egg Fleet does it right because it allows you to have multiple paths, which do allow you to have a certain margin of correction when you potentially misstep. For example, having in the beginning area, like if you don't like automatically land on one of the early rails, you can still fall a little bit more and land on one of the areas or rails a little bit further down in terms of the elevation.
Jump now.
Yeah, we're going to be using flight formation a lot when we deal with Final Fortress. Whereas Egg Fleet is a good display of how fast you can go and how much fun you can have in this environment. Final Fortress is where the game just says, "All right, we're pulling out all the stops. This is gonna be where the difficulty comes in, and yeah, you're gonna be wanting to use flight formation a lot if you don't really feel particularly confident in how the game will handle your platforming abilities and your skills."
Okay.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Just gonna collect some rings. Just gonna get a few more points, and well, then we'll have to deal with this guy. Oh yeah, these like Hawk mech robots. I think they're pretty cool. In terms of design, they're definitely up there for me in terms of how much I like them. I don't know if they're my favorite enemy in the game, but they're pretty close, I would say. Though I do prefer their red version in Egg Fleet rather than their gold version here in Final Fortress.
Wonder why it self-destructed. Leave it to me.
It's the red laser.
Wait, now they're firing lasers at us? What? Great, even more reason to either have your rail switching to be either perfect or for you to use flight formation. I would suggest flight formation because you can correct yourself by flying, as well as the lasers only shoot for a certain amount of time. So if you need to, you can just fly up in the air and just avoid getting hit, and it's fine.
Leave it to me.
Also, like sometimes I can trust the tornado jump to help me out and pivot me precisely where I need to be. But other times I just I'm getting scared here. Sometimes you just need to readjust yourself, and the game is going to try to literally kill you by sending you off in the wrong direction instead of right onto the rail that you need to be on. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Ah, yes! The tornado is now a complete cube, or square. Oh, okay.
Leave it to me.
Knuckles, we're counting on you.
Oh no, my rings!
Leave it to me.
I don't really care as much about the rings as I do staying alive, so yeah. Having leveled up Thundershoot is very effective in this area, or like this zone, I should say. Both acts and even the boss. Trust me, we'll talk about Thundershoot during the boss. Don't worry. 1 and 2 and where's 3? There's 3. 3.
Got it.
Leave it to me.
There's robots everywhere. Time to party.
It's a robot party. Robot rock.
Destroy everything that comes my way.
That's a good song.
Leave it to me.
Got it.
I mean, seriously, how can you not like Daft Punk? I mean, okay, I guess not everyone likes Daft Punk, but seriously, like, Daft Punk is so good. And Robot Rock is amazing. Didn't they put that in DJ Hero? I think they did. I can't remember.
Take this.
Leave it to me.
Here we go. Got it. Already.
We're going backwards.
Let's go. Stay. Stay.
Yeah, taking out those cannons with with a powered up Thundershoot is actually very helpful, so I'm just gonna do that. Though, now that I think about it, I really don't actually need to do this, but oh well, I'm here now, might as well finish it off. Really, all you have to do is just use the tornado jump on the pole here. Why didn't I realize this earlier? Man, that's a really tall pole.
Leave it to me.
Whoa!
Got it.
Wait, are we going backwards? Okay, that was weird.
There's robots everywhere. Time to party.
You're taking nothing. Keep your guard up.
I'll destroy everything that comes my way.
How about we do it together? Also because Team Blast. Duh.
Got it.
Yeah.
There they are.
Eggman's robot.
Leave them to me, Sonic.
Okay, that additional Team Blast shot did nothing.
Leave it to me.
I mean, that's fine. It's not like I wanted the enemies to be destroyed or anything. Not at all. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Got it. Take this.
Leave it to me. Stay. Stay.
Got it. Take this.
Come on.
Take this.
Alrighty.
Level up. Leave it to me.
Okay.
Come on, game. I really need some power-up cores for Knuckles. I don't need them for Sonic.
Stay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's already maxed out. I thank you for your generosity. It does give me points towards towards my score, but still, I don't need any more. I don't need any more level up cores for Sonic. Really? You gave me another one? You gave me 2? Oh, come on.
That was close.
That was one heck of a battle.
No problem. Piece of cake.
All right, getting towards the end here.
Leave it to me.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
It's the yellow laser.
Whoa. Whoop.
Let's go.
Let's not go until I'm actually prepared. Yeah, this is where things get super hectic. So using the flight formation is extremely recommended.
It's the blue laser.
That's blue?
It's the
It's very very white and transparent from the angle I was looking at it.
only 4 lasers. A hero's welcome.
1, 2, 3, 4 laser cannons. We better watch out.
Even with 4 laser cannons.
Picking up the speed here is also recommended. Whoa! All the cannons!
Blue laser. It's the red laser.
Ah! Okay.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's a big laser! Okay, we're good.
Here we go.
Leave it to me.
I really wish. Okay. I was really hoping that the camera angle would actually work with me. It's a lot better to actually slow down towards that end part so you can actually properly jump across to that platform. Because if you go too fast and you're using like Sonic to just speed through that last gauntlet, you can sometimes just boost yourself right off of the rails right before the very end. Trust me, I've done it too many times before.
Guess that's that.
You know what? I'll take a C. I didn't die. I did it all in one life, and at least it's not an E. I'll take a C. That's average. Save the A's and B's for my report cards.
Get away.
Give it up. This looks like checkmate, Doctor. Enough of this. Sonic, Tail, Knuckles. I'm your maker. I'll show you what real.
The Egg Emperor, the final boss.
This is it, guys.
I like the Egg Emperor fight. It's actually pretty fun. It can either go really, really long, or it takes like no time at all, depending on how exactly you handle it. Hopefully, I can do it pretty quickly here.
Leave it to me.
As well as the music's really awesome.
Let's go.
Here we go. That robot will come charging when there's enough distance. We must chase it and remember not to get left behind.
Yeah, I think that charge is actually unavoidable. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure though.
Let's go.
Alrighty, let's do some damage with flight formation. I mean, all I did was just launch out Sonic and Knuckles, and now I'm just kind of rotating the control stick a little bit to have them move around and just deal a ton of damage to the Egg Emperor.
Smell victory.
Like that. It's done. It hasn't even been a minute, and it's done.
Impossible. No.
Well, that took like no time at all. Okay, a minute. Okay, I got it.
You're
Still though, an A rank on the final boss. I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, that fight can go a lot longer, but my suggestions: get a leveled up flight formation character, and then just move around the control stick as much as possible, just so that they go all over the place and deal massive amounts of damage.
Not really.
Seriously, flight formation is so good in this game.
For us, you wouldn't have had a chance. Well, maybe you're right. Thanks, Knuckles. You too, Tails.
Yeah, teamwork. Uh-oh, gotta go.
Later, guys.
And that concludes Team Sonic's story. Their theme song is We Can, performed by Ted Poley and Tony Harnell. I'm Crimson Nero. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and until next time, everyone, fare thee well.